Welcome to Our Energy Matters with Anthony Manna and Dena Marie. Aloha.
Aloha to you too. And here we are, episode number 70. And I don't know what that means to people, but we have to explain, don't we, that we get together each week and on Zoom. And basically what I do is I keep working through the illuminations in your book, the title of which I will talk about soon. And you can see all those crystals, and that'll become clearer too. And what I do is I work on coming to understand what Dena Marie means in her book, and then what I do for me, I mean personally, and what I do is I create I write a piece each time, and it has become a pattern that we get into, but then we respond to each other in light of the writing. Today I say dobar don. That's good day to our Croatian viewers and listeners, and today we're thinking about awakening to a healthy chakra, block chakra, restored chakra. And actually, I at the end of this presentation of this writing, I talk about let's carry on with this for a few sessions, because it's so important to look at that pattern of healthy. What is the difference between a healthy chakra, a block chakra, and then a restored chakra through the remedies or the prescriptions, as you call them in your book, on those two glorious pages. So today I say, I'm standing, and I'm reading right now from my writing, I'm standing at the radiant portal of Dena Marie's peaceable kingdom, her glorious sanctum of a book with the oracle title, Our Energy Matters, the Art of Crystal Reading. She beckons me and all her anxious soul searchers, her clients, her seekers, to, and this is the other title of her book, the third title, to learn how to manifest their heartfelt intentions. I rejoice in a soul dance as I slip slide into a realm sustained, ordered, blessed by heart, soul, mind, spirit healing, sanctified by Dena Marie's, that is, I call her a skilled celestial mentor, her marveled alchemy, celestial endowed yet earthbound, her practical practice divinations of transformative, creative, spirited restoration. Even humorous, and I'm glad I'm mentioning that, because sometimes in the book I have to smile a lot. I mean, it's like, they're, especially when you started creating those personas, like Heartless Harry. Was that one of them?
Debbie Downer, Heartless Harry.
Yeah, right. And I just thought that was so funny. Anyway, the stories of her clients' intentional desire to come home to a kinship with their inner self by achieving healing, recovery, a blessed redemption for their broken, repressed spirits, hearts, minds, and bodies. An endowed truth seeker, Dena Marie calls herself an energetic counselor. Toward the very end of your book, you say that, and I quote here, helping my clients to nurture a healthy mind and spirit. I loved hearing that, because it brings it to the full stop. You know what I mean? It's like, that's where it all winds up right there each time. That what you're basically doing is those in need of healing energy. She conjures doable remedies for her seekers in need of healing energy. Ready, set, go. Super swift, she inspires loyalty, perseverance, honesty among clients seeking her help. She asks, quote, do you want to awaken to the inner beauty of your soul? And if so, she challenges seekers to become conscious of their chakra blockages. What? Why? Blockages? Enlightened? We can make the necessary changes to heal our past and become whole and free-flowing individuals again. You're remembering all this, right? That you wrote that? Yeah, okay. Listen, observe, and follow the crystallized manifestations of soul-bound wakefulness. Unbind your chakras, truth, condition, telltale telling. This was hard to write. Vital, vitalized energy. That's like the longest sentence in the history of the universe. And move to honor the signposts of health offerings, the chakra sacrament of holy wonder, opening to a fully lived life in harmony with self and selves. Yeah, that's you. Awaken to the wounds of the soul and discover your own loving kindness within your divine imagination. Self-love matters. That should be a hashtag. And now with Dena Marie, Lady Grace, the celestial alchemist, I sometimes call her, I will pause at each chakra on the illuminated path that leads the way from earth to water, to fire, to air, to sound, to light, to thought. But wait, what are these chakras, you might ask, as I once did back when I stumbled upon the unfamiliar territory of intuitive awareness that we are the energy we seek, as prescribed by Dena Marie's Illumination of Chakra Empowerment. She wrote in a gloried page of her book that I go back to all the time, the word chakra, she pondered, means wheel in Sanskrit, in ancient East Indian language. There are 7 of these major energy centers in the human body and hundreds of minor ones, and they receive, assimilate, and distribute energy through our energetic fields, our auras. My God, you know, when I read that, every time I think, I gotta be healthy, man. I, you know, really, I mean, I destroy the blockages. Let's carry on. Well, that's what I'm going to do right now. And so now I say, Dena Marie, will you please open the way to our understanding of the crown chakra and how we might grasp and take pleasure in crown glory? I say,
Crown
yeah.
chakra. I have to say too, you quoted me saying healthy mind and spirit. And that's because I was a physical trainer, a personal trainer. And I realized by doing hypnotherapy and the Reiki that people needed to work on that. It's not, your physical body isn't you. It's what's flowing through you that creates you, your energy, and how much you have. And so your crown chakra is that gateway to the top of your head. And it's how you connect to something higher than yourself so you can get energy. And if it's blocked, you're Debbie Downer. You shake your head, you look down, and the world seems hopeless. So the crown chakra, all we have to do is count our blessings and set our intentions, which is prayer for yourself, not for other people, but for yourself. And what can I do today to make my life more bright?
Right. And I think that one of the things that I've learned from you is that one of the ways into that passageway is to say, what is the intention? As you say, you know, what are your heartfelt intentions? And to state the intention. I mean, that's important, isn't it? So I don't want it to be an abstract, you know. I mean, I really want, in my meditation, I want to say what my intention is, or not even that, just in the morning when you wake up or sometime, you know, drinking.
Well, before I did this, I asked for a house. I asked for a new car. Now I ask for peace of mind. That's how far I've come, because that's what I want. Peace.
That's beautiful. And so, yeah, and I like that very much because I think that it's like the other aspect of your philosophy, let me put it that way, is the idea of loving kindness for yourself, you know, and that loving yourself is a good place to begin. And I often talk to you about how growing up in the religious atmosphere that I grew up in, it didn't really matter which one it was, but that humility was the core. And so you would never talk about loving yourself, you know. And
you never even prayed for yourself. I never prayed for myself. It was probably, I was 27 Maybe I read a book. I have no idea, but I had all kinds of stuff I wanted for other people. This is the crown chakra. I wrote prayers for everyone else. Like, I'm God. Like, I need to know what they need to do with their life. And I realized it was a sickness. I need to sit with myself, my crown chakra, and God, and ask for what I need to be a better human being. Isn't it funny how we thought it was like, I don't know if that's codependent or just crazy.
Or just crazy. Yeah. So to recognize crown blockages, crown chakra blockages, we turn to prescriptions for the chakras on pages 52 to 53 of your book. And I mark it that way because I just love going back there, where practice can lead any of us to, quote, find something simple to jumpstart the energy center. That's the quotation from you in your book. At the crown, knowing her prescriptions, knowing is what you call this is subtitle of the crown, knowing. Her prescriptions direct us to, quote, connect with a higher power, talk to an angel, be still, listen, connect with others, look at the stars, think positive affirmations. And so what do you say? I really want to hear you when you respond to that, because I mean, how did you generate those prescriptions that are so, I mean, what I love about them, like, all right, so look at the stars. I mean, that's pretty concrete.
Well, it is, remember, I was doing these chakra readings, not knowing really what it was. And each time I wrote down a prescription, the person would go do it. So I was always trying to get them to look up. And then if you look up and let's pretend you see a whale for the first time, which people have done just recently that I know, it changed your whole perspective on life. But when we're Debbie Downer, we shake our head, we look down, and life is meaningless. And I think life is meaningful. So I just came up with these silly little things. And like I told you, I put on a piece of heart paper, and it could be walking your dog. Like I said last week, was like meditation, or it could be in the woods. All of a sudden you look around and you see the beauty, which is your third eye. And I called it Montessori for adults, but I was trying to get getting people to open their chakras, and it became this beautiful, playful thing. But even while I was writing the book, each, like, bird watching now, I think, is one. It's not in the book. Photography, not in the book. But there's so many things we can do. And what do? Sit down and block our chakras by watching television, having someone think for you, tell you what to do, feeling horrible, and it just shuts you down slowly. And then pretty soon you feel powerless. You're living in a fear-based world. And now your chakra, the only one that's running is the root chakra. And that's your adrenals. And that's like, just keep going when you're tired, but you're not inspired. I made a rhyme. It must be time to get the party started. I mean, looking up is number one. And so that's where I came up with, stargazing, watching a moon. I saw the moon last night and a sunrise today. Do you think I feel good? I feel amazing.
Yeah, no, I know. When I put a little pink, Post-it there because you're talking about something. I thought we might get into this, and I wanted to quote from you. We are the co-creators of our own reality. I love these. I go back to these passages all the time, and they're very illuminating. We are spiritual beings living in the physical world. This is precisely the reason our intentions are so important. They are truly our thoughts, and you put in parentheses there, our prayers. Our prayers waiting to manifest into the physical world. And then later on you say, by holding this vision within our highest chakras, that is meditation, it guides us into realizing our full potential and reminds us, on earth as it is in heaven, inspired or in spirit, we are moved to envision, create, and be uniquely ourselves. Who am I? I am I. Everything else is just an illusion. And what did you mean by that, about the illusion?
All I know is this is long before I wrote a book, long before I did anything besides be a personal trainer. And I just realized that life is a dream and we dream it. So we are co-creators. And I'm looking around. I really like my life, but I created it with my thoughts, and it's a discipline. It's a practice to count your blessings. It's a practice to look at something as a learning experience. not that the whole world's against me and be the victim, but what can I learn from this? And as you move through the chakras, you'll get a voice that says, don't hang out with that person anymore. It doesn't feel good. And so then you move away from that person. That's your lower chakras. You're out of your head and you're thinking about who could I have support me. And then you call a professor up and you ask him to hang out with you. And then we've been friends for 2 years. But at that time, my voice is like, you need to move forward. You are around people that are not supporting you. So I needed to make some changes. So the ideas pop into your head. Those are the higher chakras, but then you have to take action on them. And then you're working your chakras. Then you create a different world. It's just like picking up a different brush, or going outside in plein air, whatever, you go out there and you start painting instead of by number.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe to be a co-creator of your life.
Yeah, and it reminds me too, in the theater when I did improvisation, because that's what I felt like. I mean, talk about the being in the moment, and being here and now, that's what improvisation is all about, and that's what makes it so exciting. Oh, let's continue. In future episodes, I say to myself here, in future episodes of Our Energy Matters, to explore empowered chakras and your prescriptions, I call remedies, for healing blockages, whereby you teach your seekers. And I wrote the word mindsets for breaking down the walls of their inner prison, but I changed it. I said, your seekers, strategic thinking. Why not, right? Goals, and also a grand design for breaking down the walls of their inner prison. So I will continue, I hope, with
Well, we should do the 7 weeks. So we do crown today, and then next week we'll do the brow. And that's what I wanted to do 2 years ago. We did it on the phone, so we could just do each chakra each week.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, because it's so I think it really, for me, what it does is it puts life in perspective. What really matters, who am I? What do I want? What do I seek? It's beautiful stuff. So folks, I say, want to move closer to Dena Marie's wisdom, then listen to her weekly radio show, Lift Your Spirits, on 1150 AM radio, KKNW, on Friday mornings. Her website, denamarie.com. If you go there, you'll see a lot about her and her healing power and her clients, but you'll also get some information about the radio show. She's also very active on Facebook, and she offers sometimes daily chakra insight into chakra energy. She could even talk about blockages there and prescriptions. And also, what I love too is the startling photographs of the island she inhabits. It's wonderful stuff. My website for an interview with Dena Marie is anthonymannabooks.com. If you go to my website's media section, you'll find Podbean podcasts, and you'll find Dena Marie there and a lot of other. Well, I interviewed a lot of writers and poets, etc., mostly geared to thinking about working with children and teens and new adults with writing and reading. So if you're interested, and oh yes, well, it's been, of course, it's always a joy. And folks, thanks for listening and observing and watching, etc. And I'll see you in a week. Dena Marie.
Aloha, Mr. Anthony. I'll see you then.
See you then. Okay.